Weyland-Yutani's array of special orders were first created after the events of the doomed Prometheus expedition that saw a massive loss for the company of Weyland Industries. Not only did they lose a $1 trillion investment as of the destruction of the USCSS Prometheus, its equipment and its crew, but the company's founder and CEO, Sir Peter Weyland, and his daughter and CFO, Meredith Vickers, both perished during the same events on the moon of LV-223. These events had such a large ramification on the company and the Middle Heavens region as a whole, and in today's data log entry, I want to explain what the fabled Special Order 937 was, the events that led to its creation, and how the company knew how to use it, and how they already knew about the derelict spacecraft on LV-46 prior to the events of Alien. So as stated, after the fall of the great Weyland Industries due to the failed Prometheus mission, its largest competitor in the form of the Yutani Corporation swooped in and bought out Weyland Industries, in one of the largest mergers ever witnessed in the free market history. Shortly after consolidating the merger, the newly anointed Weyland-Yutani Corporation went about setting in place a set of special contingency orders, specifically created for the purpose of ensuring that any opportunity to obtain potentially valuable future assets will not be stifled by human error or lack of judgment by the company's own employees. When you get down to brass tacks, these orders are essentially a way to ensure paydays keep coming to the company and are not ruined by the actions of their employees. There are around 1,000 of these orders, and they cover almost anything you could imagine that could occur in the Middle Heavens region of space. In the year 2122, during a return trip from Earth from the planet Thetis, Special Order 937 was enacted on the USCSS Nostromo. The Nostromo was given this special order as the result of being within the vicinity of an alien distress beacon that had been detected in the area of space known as the Zeta II Reticuli Long Binary Star System. The special order read as stated: Nostromo rerouted to new coordinates. Investigate life form. Gather specimen Priority 1. Ensure the return of organism for analysis. All other considerations secondary. Crew expendable. This order basically dictated for the investigation of the signal beacon in the area, as well as a life form that was supposedly present there, and called for its safe return no matter the cost, with the order being very clear that even company contractors were to be given secondary consideration when dealing with the safety of the alien specimen in question. We know the specimen was in fact a Xenomorph XX121, and that the company already had a fair knowledge of where to find this creature, as well as just how important this creature could be for them. So if this is the special order they chose to use, and more specifically the one that they knew to use prior to the Nostromo's entry to the vicinity of the beacon, then how could they have possibly known the more nitty-gritty of the specifics? How did the company know that the alien was on the moon of LV-46? Well, I believe it has something largely to do with the rogue synthetic known as David 8. The last known location at this current time of David is on the colony ship of the USCSS Covenant. He commandeered the ship after manipulating its crew into believing that he was in fact a similar model Walter Series android, before locking the crew into cryostasis, before planning to continue his study and experiments around the engineer's accelerant and praetomorphic creatures that he had developed. However, while this is the last we have seen of him, it's not the last we have heard of him. After his conquest of the Covenant, he began to relay messages intended for Weyland-Yutani. These transmissions included documentations, sketches, and explanations for a large amount of the work that he had done on the numerous alien species that he had encountered in his wanders in his many years being rogue, and the importance of one specific type, a xenoform, a perfect organism. Now, while his transmissions were information-packed, the ones that we have seen have not yet made reference to anything along the lines of LV-426 or the Xenomorph XX121 specifically, the creature that would come to plague the Middle Heavens through most of the 22nd century. Currently though, we at the project have a lot of missing pieces to the puzzle of David's history after the events of the USCSS Covenant's journey to Planet 4 and its subsequent disappearance. So it is still possible that if David had already begun to tease the company with promises of this magnificent creature, that he could have eventually played a large part in their discovery of the derelict craft on LV-426, and the dangerous alien organisms that it harboured. While I think this is currently the most likely way that these events have occurred, as the company's knowledge of the engineers and their technology and their bioweaponry up until the mid-2150s has largely come from David's studies of the engineers on Planet 4, I do think that there are too many gaps in our knowledge to draw any conclusions on the matter. However, as time goes on and we recover more and more information, we can begin to paint a much more complete picture of the events that occurred between the disappearance of the USCSS Covenant and the destruction of the USCSS Nostromo, and how exactly the company learned of the Xenomorph species prior to the year of 2122. Before I go, I wanted to let you know about the ACHERON Colonial Marketplace, the one-stop shop for all Project ACHERON merch. Here you can pick up shirts, hoodies, mugs, phone cases and more. So if you want to support the channel and look good doing it, pick up some ACHERON merch. But what other videos would you like to see? If you have any ideas or have any questions, please leave them in the comments or contact me through Twitter or on the Project ACHERON Discord. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and share this video. And if you want to really help see this channel thrive and grow, as well as gain a bunch of awesome rewards for yourself, consider becoming a patron, such as Christopher Dasinger and Ambrosia, leaders of the Project ACHERON Hive. I hope to see you all here again very soon, but until then, this is Project ACHERON signing off.